My name is Emma Jayne Park and I'm a dancer and theatre maker based in Scotland.
I'm Pete Lannon and I'm a performance maker also based in Scotland.
So we're working on a project right now that spans over 3 years, and as part of that project there are multiple artists working in a lot of different contexts in and around the school. So it's really useful coming into that in the second year to work with something that all of the other artists are using and that the people facilitating the project are using. So we're kind of part of a common language, which means that we know when we're proposing things or feeding things back to the organisation, the person that has to bring all of those threads together knows that what we're suggesting fits in to everything else they're planning in a really clear context.
And because of the circular structure of that, everything's given equal weight, which feels like another thing that resonates really strongly with what we want to do. Although our project is touching on loads of the aims, we chose to focus on exchanging ideas, feeling inspired, and being flexible and responsive. They're the ones that resonated the most clearly with our practice already. So then what they've provided is a really useful language as a really clear and participant-focused set of indicators for us to remind ourselves what those things look like in the room when we're working with pupils. As an artist, sometimes you can do a project that has loads of benefits to everyone involved and feels really meaningful, and then you're asked to fill in an evaluation form that feels very disconnected from what the importance of the work is. This feels like it's been made with creative projects in mind.
It'll help us evaluate in a way that supports the whole project. And again, it comes back to using a language that really is shared with everyone else who's participating in the project. But time is always a pressure that everyone's up against, and I think it's really easy sometimes for some of the quieter values to trickle away. And so I find it quite handy to also make myself accountable and go, that is important, and you're not wasting time by taking time to make sure this person feels totally comfortable.
There are definitely elements that I would take forward in the future, particularly the circular structure in terms of thinking about the aims and values of a project. There's something about the equal weight given to all of those as a way of arguing for their equal importance in other projects, when sometimes you're not given such a kind of flexible evaluation structure to work with. That's been something that I definitely like to think about taking forward as a way of justifying what's really important in the work.
Something about having a very simple and clear and visual structure when working on very large-scale projects feels important for all of those reasons. So everything comes back to a central thought, which I would also argue isn't particularly different from most artists I know's individual practice. There just isn't always space to discuss that and bring that into the room and, as Pete said, give all of those things equal weight in some of the systems we currently have to navigate.